Saint Norbert, apostle of conversion, guardian of the Eucharist, and founder of the Norbertines, this reflection is prepared by Father Eub, birth and early life. Saint Norbert was born around the year 1080 in Xanten, in the Rhineland region of present-day Germany. He was born into a noble family and grew up in comfort and privilege within the Holy Roman Empire. As a young man, Norbert was drawn to the imperial court, where he served as an official and lived a life of ease, wealth, and worldly ambition. Conversion and call to holiness. Despite his comfortable life, Norbert experienced a radical conversion. In 1115, while riding during a thunderstorm, he was thrown from his horse and nearly died. This near-death experience awakened him spiritually, much like the conversion of St. Paul. Realizing the emptiness of his previous life, he turned wholeheartedly to God, renounced his wealth and titles, and began to live a life of penance and deep prayer. Priesthood and missionary work. Norbert was ordained a priest and dedicated himself to preaching reform and calling others to authentic Christian living. His powerful preaching attracted many followers. He emphasized personal conversion, the beauty of the sacraments, especially the Eucharist, and the importance of living a life of humility and service. Founding of the Norbertines, Premonstratensians, in 1120, Norbert founded a new religious community at Premontre in France. His followers became known as the Canons Regular of Premontre, or Norbertines. This community combined the contemplative life with active ministry, including parish work, education, hospitality, and care for the poor. They lived under the rule of St. Augustine and committed themselves to communal living, prayer, and the Eucharist. Bishop of Magdeburg. In 1126, Norbert was appointed Archbishop of Magdeburg, a major ecclesiastical center in northern Germany. Despite resistance from some clergy and nobles, he worked tirelessly to reform the diocese, combat corruption, and revive spiritual discipline. He remained a humble shepherd, often walking barefoot and continuing to lead by example. Death and canonization. Saint Norbert died on June 6, 1134, in Magdeburg, Germany. He was canonized by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582. His remains were later transferred to the Norbertine Abbey of Strav in Prague, where they are venerated to this day. Accomplishments and legacy. Founder of the Norbertine Order, which continues its work worldwide in education, parish ministry, and spiritual formation. Zealous preacher of the Eucharist and reform of the clergy, bridge builder between monastic contemplation and apostolic action, instrumental in promoting unity and orthodoxy during a time of division in the Church. Lessons from his life. God can transform anyone's life, no matter how worldly their beginnings. Authentic conversion demands both inner change and outward action. True reformers begin by reforming themselves first. Humility, poverty, and a sacrificial spirit are powerful witnesses to the gospel. The Eucharist is central to Christian life and renewal. A question for meditation. In what areas of my life am I being called, like Saint Norbert, to deeper conversion and a more courageous witness to the gospel, especially in service to the Church and others?